All right. Are we live? We are live. Well, we're live and kicking. We're live and kicking.
Yes.
Welcome to our Thanksgiving Day, or day before Thanksgiving Day, Churns show. We have a special guest with us today, Lois Edwards, and so we're glad to have you here today.
I'm glad to be here.
Well, super. And we'll get a chance to talk to you in a little bit here, but we are, so this is going to be broadcast at 3 o'clock today.
Yes.
So
Yes.
just so you know, we just said we're live, but we are live to us here at 10 o'clock this morning. But we do not have a producer for us at 3 o'clock today.
Right.
So we were not able to do the show live today, but you know, still, it's fresh. This is still only 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
We're
Absolutely.
5 hours a little early for the show this afternoon. But so we won't have a trivia today. Is that right, Lisa?
Absolutely. No
Yeah.
trivia today.
So we're going to jump right into it
No
today.
Thanksgiving wine?
No.
Oh.
But maybe if you come up with us afterwards, we'll give you some Thanksgiving wine.
Sounds good.
Just we won't have any cheese with that wine, okay?
No cheese. Oh.
So, all right. Well, so Lisa, where are we starting today then?
We're going to go straight into updates.
Okay.
Yes.
Straight into updates.
Yep.
Okay. So, you know, we've been now what, a couple weeks now without masks, or at least a week, right? Week and a half maybe.
Yep.
And so I don't know about you all, but I'm so happy we're not wearing the masks anymore. But, you know, the concern for us a little bit is that we're in a good place right now. We just got our boosters. Everybody's now more than 2 weeks beyond the boosters. So, you know, we are about as immunized as we can be right now and vaccinated as we can be. So that's really good. The numbers here in North Carolina have risen a little bit. Guilford County has risen a little bit. But, you know, the reality is, you and I were talking about this, Lisa. The percentages have risen, but part of that is because, and I don't know how they can kind of gear this, but the testing is way down.
Right.
Because they're not doing the required testing anymore. So, you know, when you do the required testing, you test a lot of people. And it's a lot of people that are not symptomatic.
Right.
So, so your numbers have a tendency to be a little bit on the lower side that way because you're testing a lot of extra people. You know, now there's not a lot of that required testing at the moment, except for, like here, our unvaccinated staff. And so the percentage is higher. So, you know, we've seen a little bit of an uptick in Guilford County. We were right around that 3.6, 3.7 range percent, and we're at 5.0, 5.1 at the moment. So still doing well. You know, when you look at our 14-day average cases per 100,000, you know, we're still right around that 219 mark. I mean, the ideal place would be to be below 100 at that point, but 219 is still pretty good. As a matter of fact, we're even par with where Wake is. The Wake County's at 219. Mecklenburg County's 220. I mean, all three of us are right in that same range. Now, Forsyth is a little bit higher. Forsyth is 290 at the moment. And even their percentage, their daily percentage is, on average, is higher right now. They are at 7.1, whereas we're at 5.1 today. So don't go to Forsyth County. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that.
That's where I live.
That's what?
That's where I live.
You live in Forsyth, don't you? So Lisa, you're not allowed to go home anymore. So, but you know, we're just going to have to keep an eye on this and keep, you know, adjusting as we need to. Like, you know, right now, I don't think we have anything to worry about, you know, imminently. But, you know, the one thing I have been watching a little bit more is what's going on in Europe, and it's gotten bad in Europe again. And so that's not good for us, because a lot of times we've seen that when Europe is bad, Europe is like a precursor to us. When Europe is bad, it seems that it comes across the water to us and it gets to us at some point. But I'm hoping, you know, when it gets to us in the next couple months or so, however long it takes, maybe faster than that, maybe later than that, I'm hoping that we're going to be better situated because of all of the boosters that we've all had. So, you know, we're doing everything we can to make ourselves as protected as possible. And so that's good. And so we'll just have to kind of wait it out and see. But yeah, again, I probably have mentioned this too many times, but you know, when the percentage is down, we need to be living as much as we possibly can be living. And when the percentage is up, you know, we have to pull back a little bit. You know, we're trying not to pull back too badly, but, you know, we might have to. You know, Guilford County may go back to wearing masks again at some point. I mean, I hate that. I don't know, I speak for probably 99% of us that wearing the mask is a pain in the you-know-what. So, but we got to do what we got to do.
That's right.
So we'll see what happens. But, you know, just looking at the metrics, remember we pull all this stuff from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. You know, the hospitalization rate is still low, which is great right now. Today, as of yesterday, it was 1,112. And remember, at one time, we were like 3,500. So, you know, we're about a third of that now, even a little bit less. So that's good news. Even the newly reported cases is down, you know, from where we were even a couple weeks ago. The number of cases are down. But again, it just goes back, the number of cases as it compares to the number of the tests that we're doing, we're getting a higher percentage. And that's just, I think part of that's just because we're not testing a lot of people at the moment. Right. Unfortunately, our deaths continue to go up, but that's slowing a little bit, which is good. And the vaccination rate for the state, we're 72% right now of the adult population have been vaccinated with at least one dose, and 68% are fully vaccinated here in, again, that's the adult population in North Carolina. So, you know, we're doing pretty well. I think as a state, we're doing pretty well. And we're probably middle of the pack when it comes to the vaccination rate as a state as compared to others. But, you know, we're doing okay with that. So, and, you know, we all know here, you know, the big thing for us is, you know, again, with 98% of our residents vaccinated, and now I think we can tell folks with the mandate and with us really kind of pushing this, the staff now have gone over 91%.
That's wonderful.
Isn't that great?
91% of staff have had at least the first shot now at this point. And, you know, just another couple words about that. I think we talked about this on our last show, but, you know, with the mandate out now, we have been talking to our staff. We have about 38 staff members that at the moment are unvaccinated. And so we've talked individually to each one of those staff members. We have resignations from 3 or 4 of those staff members who are going to be leaving us because they refuse to get the vaccinations, and that's okay. That's their prerogative, obviously, to do that. We'll miss them, and I wish they wouldn't leave us, but they just don't feel that they want to get the vaccination, and so that's fine.
But that's so much lower than what you feared.
Yeah, although I was going to say we've probably got another, Lisa, maybe another dozen that
we could still
we're not
lose.
sure about.
Right.
They haven't submitted a waiver. Remember, there's a waiver process that they could submit, a religious waiver or a medical waiver. We know that out of the 15 or 16 that said they were considering doing a waiver, we've only gotten eight of those so far. And Friday is the last day that they can hand in a waiver at this point. And then next week, you know, the date is such that next week, by the end of next week, by Saturday of next week, which would be December the 4th, if they're not vaccinated, they don't have a job here. If they don't have an approved waiver, or if they're not vaccinated, unfortunately, they're not going to have a position here. And so I still think there's a possibility we could be 12 or 15 staff members that maybe end up not getting either a waiver approved or getting a waiver in, and so we could lose 12 or 15 staff members. But, you know, at this point, I know I speak for Lisa and the leadership team here. We've done everything we can now to educate our staff. It's really the ball's in their court to see what they want to do. And Monday, after the waiver period, application period is over, we're going to really put push in our staff to let us know what they're doing so that we can start advertising for the positions that we need to advertise for. We've already started. The 3 or 4 that were nice enough to let us know that they're not going to get it, which I fully respect. Yep. You know, we've already started advertising, and we're interviewing people for those positions right now as we speak. And so, you know, we'll just have more about that when we come on again. I guess when we come on again,
December 8th, I believe, is our next
so
time.
that'll be right after the initial wave. So we'll
Yep.
be able to tell you exactly how many staff members at that point either got the waivers or that ended up leaving us. But we've had a lot more, and Lois, this goes back to what you were kind of trying to say. I've been happy. There's a lot of staff members that initially told us they were not going to get the vaccine, that they were going to leave, who now have gone ahead and gotten the
Right.
shot, or are telling us that they're going to get the shot by next week. And then it doesn't stop there for us, Lisa. For those staff members who have gotten the first shot, you know, if they get the Johnson & Johnson, it's a one-shot deal, they're done. But a lot of our staff, which I've been very happy about in some ways, a lot of our staff members that are getting vaccinated for the first time are doing the Pfizer or doing the Moderna,
Yep.
and that's a two-shot thing. So, you know, the next date after December 4th, December 5th, December 4th is the last day it can actually work and not be vaccinated or be without a waiver. The next date after that is January 4th, and then they have to be fully vaccinated by January 4th. So we started a list of those folks, and we're reaching out. A lot of our folks that are on our partial list have already gotten the second shot. We just
Right.
hadn't gotten their cards to show, or a copy of their cards to show it so we could put it into our computer system. But we are doing very well. 91%
That's
is huge.
huge.
And I can tell you, and I don't usually try and brag too much, but you know, the other two communities are asking us what we're doing because they're both at 82% right now. So, you know, we are definitely leading the pack when it comes to the Presbyterian Homes communities as far as the number of staff members that are at least partially vaccinated at this point. So, and I expect that number to, you know, at some point here, all we're going to have left are the ones that have waivers. And so, you know, that could be anywhere from 8 to 15 at this point. And so when you think about that as a part of our total staff, let's see, if I do the math real quick in my head, that should put us somewhere between 96 and 97% when we're done, if we had the full 15 or 16 people. So that's going to be great. So staff percentage will be almost exactly
Almost
the same as the resident percentage. And I don't know how you think the residents will respond to that, but I know for me personally, that's going to feel really good because that means our campus really has got that protective bubble now where everybody's vaccinated. And so I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really good. So I'm excited about that, that we're getting to that point.
It's taken a while, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
It's a journey.
And, you know, again, always being one to try, you know, in my job, I need to be thinking ahead, you know, so that's why I'm looking at Europe, you know, see what's going on there. But also even at some point, you know, the federal government's probably going to come back and tell us that you're going to have a booster to be considered fully vaccinated. Right now, they're saying that as long as you get the J&J or you get the double shot of the Moderna or the Pfizer, you're considered fully vaccinated. And that's good because we need to get to that point first anyway. But I would be really surprised if come, you know, by springtime next year, if the federal government doesn't come back and say, you know, the statistics show that you really need to have the booster shot in order to be considered fully vaccinated. I just have a feeling that's coming. I hope not, but I have a feeling that that's coming. So, so we'll see what happens with that. But, you know, again, just trying to look ahead a little bit. But I think that's enough on the coronavirus. And yeah, do we ever just get tired of talking about the coronavirus?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know I do.
Yeah.
I get tired of it. And this is a big step for us, getting our staff to a point where it's really come down to a manageable group of staff members. And I will repeat this again, we said this last time, but our unvaccinated staff will be required, per our policy, to be tested on a weekly basis. And they also will be required to wear masks at all times while on campus, except when they're eating or drinking. That's the only time they can have their masks off. So we intend to follow that policy to the nth degree. So, okay. Where are we going next, Lisa?
We're going to transition into construction updates.
Oh, boy.
Tom's favorite subject.
Really? So, you know, really, we're effectively done with, the parking lot's done, Scooters building is done. We're waiting to get final approval on Scooters building, but they even told us that we can start using it. So He's going to be moving equipment in there starting here probably the beginning of next week. We have one more inspection we need to have done there, but I think we've been told we can go ahead and start using it. The sidewalk, the cart paths and all, matter of fact, we can
Going
hear them
good.
working out there right
Yep,
now.
yep.
They're almost done. I mean, I know Scooter had really wanted to get it done by Thanksgiving, but we are really almost there. And it's great that the path around the pond's looking great. They've just got, really, the only 2 sections they got left to do is the front part of the asphalt that's the walking path out here behind the little walking area that we have around the pond. And then there's a little stretch that's over there on Witherspoon going up towards the 5th tee that we need to get. And Scooter seems to think that they're going to be able to nail those pretty quickly next week.
They have been working so hard. We went to dinner last night at 6 o'clock,
Yeah.
and it was totally dark.
Yeah.
They had a truck with the lights on the path.
Yeah.
And they were out there working in the dark,
Yeah.
by truck light.
Oh, yeah.
We've been very pleased with our company that's been doing this, and, you know, they have done a really good job. And you know, the surprising thing is, you know, they are not a local company. This is actually, there's the group that's actually running the program for us, or running this construction program for us, is coming from, do you know where they're coming from? They're coming from, it's in-state, but it's not local. I think it's from the Raleigh area that they're coming from. And so they have just done such a great job. And, you know, all of our typical local contractors that we reached out to and got pricing from to do this were way higher than what this company was willing to do it. And as you see, man, we really are getting a bang for our dollar here because they're just doing a great job. So we're almost done there. So that's good. Building's done, parking lot's done. Glen Eagles
Glen Eagles, one update for today. I
Yeah.
hate to say this since it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
By 3 o'clock, it should be done, so hopefully when you watch this, it's already done. The awning in front of Glen Eagles, that is
Yes.
being installed today.
yeah,
So hopefully they don't make a liar out of me.
yeah. And
I'm hoping.
And the blue looks really, really
Looks
good.
really sharp.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
sharp.
Yep.
So, because the other 2 awnings are done in the back.
Right.
For the daycare and for the back of
Yep.
the dining, food service area, so.
Right.
So they look great. And then the last construction is just the balconies at this point. And so we still expect that they're going to be substantially done by Christmas at this point, with inspections, with, you know, waiting for furniture to come in, all that stuff. It's probably going to be mid-January before we get a chance to move into our offices, or before we really get a chance to use, as residents get a chance to use the new space over there. But there's only one thing now that's still out there that we're kind of holding our breath on, and that's, believe it or not, that's carpet. So we're waiting. The carpet could be a little bit of an issue. We're supposed to get the carpet on December the 13th, I think. And if we get the carpet when we're supposed to, then we're going to be great. If we don't get the carpet when we're supposed to, then we won't be so great. So we'll just have to see. But we're almost done there too. Matter of fact, Kevin told us he put the lights back up into the dining room yesterday. So, you know, we're pretty done over in the dining room. Multi-purpose room side, we have really enjoyed our relationship with Fourth Elm, and they're going to help us with fixing up the multi-purpose room here. I'm looking at the tarp and all of the rain damage we've had, or water damage we've had. They're going to fix all that up for us. So as a matter of fact, kind of giving a little bit of a heads up, but we picked 2 weeks in January, in the middle of the month, that we're going to kind of effectively shut down the multi-purpose room, at least during the day anyway, to give them a chance to come in here and do the final repairs. At least I think our hope is that we could have the multi-purpose room back into normal operating condition by the time we have our anniversary party, right? So, so that'll be really good to have that done.
Are we actually going to do like 3 anniversaries in one?
We're gonna have to, aren't we? It seems like it.
Gonna have to make up.
Let's just hope by the end of January, we're still looking pretty good on our percentages, right? Keep your fingers crossed.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
we'll just have to see. Okay, I think that's enough on the construction updates, Lisa.
Okay, well, we have some other upcoming events, just want to share over the
Yeah.
next couple weeks here.
Yes.
Friday, we all know that is Black Friday, right?
Black Friday,
We have
yes.
special shopping
Yes.
opportunities. So we wanted to join into the Black Friday.
We wanted to
right?
have our own Black Friday sale,
Yes,
don't we?
yes.
Yes, we did.
So up in the clubhouse, in the pro shop, you all know we have apparel and other golf-related items up there. So Friday, from 11 to 4, we're going to have a special Black Friday special. Okay? We're excited about this. So, and we also, on Friday, we're unveiling all the new items we have. So it's a good day to go up there, 11 to 4, plus you get an extra special discount. But we're rolling out long-sleeved items, some jackets, pullovers, all those kind of things.
Yes.
And we've seen some of the items, and they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they are.
And they would make great Christmas gifts for people, too.
Yeah.
So, also, if you have guests here that day, bring them up to the pro shop.
Yes.
They can go shopping, too.
Right, 11 to 4
So,
on Friday, right?
11 to 4, that's the big deal day.
And it's only
okay?
it's only on Friday.
It's only Friday for the extra special, so it's an additional 5% off. So for residents and staff, that means 15% off your purchases and 25% off for the golf membership people.
Yes, right.
So they have an additional discount there.
do.
And then, on top of that, we're gonna have a clearance table.
A what?
So a clearance.
A clearance table.
Clearance,
Okay.
30% off.
Wow.
Now, the 30% is the discount for that area, so the additional 5% does not apply to that table.
That's right.
Or the additional member discount, 30% is the discount.
That's
So,
the total
and
amount
that's for
of
everybody.
discount. That's
Yes.
right.
Yep,
Okay.
total discount.
So Lisa, what kind of things are gonna be on the clearance table?
So a lot of polos, T-shirts, other things like that. So kind of, trying to out the summer stuff and get into the winter items. So you'll see a lot of options on the tables, and 30% off, that's huge. So
They might wanna be there at 11 then for the
they
clearance
probably
table.
will, because things get picked over on Black Friday sales. I'm sure you've been to a Black Friday sale. It's not always fun, but this one's gonna be fun. So-
Lisa, if this works out well, next year we might consider a doorbuster sale. I've always wanted to do a doorbuster,
Or like you get a gift when you come in, like something free. But not this year. Not this year,
We
but
gotta walk.
next year.
We gotta crawl before we walk, isn't
That's
that what
right.
they say?
We're gonna
So-
try this first and see how it goes. And don't forget up there, you can use credit cards too.
That's right.
So you can get a bunch of items. Or your families, when they come in, they can come and shop up there.
Is
So,
Homer going to have security in case the crowd gets unruly?
he maybe should. That's a good idea.
Yeah, we might need security up there.
Okay,
for
we
the
just
Black
might.
Friday
This is a big sale, so we might need to do that. It's a good suggestion. Okay. Okay, so next one, the gift shop fashion show. It had to be postponed the other day.
Right.
But it's on the schedule now for November 30th, so that's next week already. 1 o'clock here in the multipurpose room. So make sure, come out for that. And then also next Friday, which is weird to say, it's December at the end of next week.
Yeah,
So Friday, December 3rd is our annual lighting of the Nativity. So that, for folks that are new here, the Nativity we have on, it's the higher berm on the back side of the pond here behind the multipurpose room. But before that, at 6 o'clock, right here in the multipurpose room, we have a program to prepare us for the lighting of the Nativity. And then after the program is done, we'll all walk outside and everything will be lit up. We'll also have luminaries, and it's a fun time to start the Christmas season for us here.
it is.
It's been a tradition.
And it's gonna really feel like Christmas, because I looked at the forecast already for
Yeah.
next Friday, and it's supposed to be a high of 61 degrees.
But I'll take that.
Yeah,
We'll
I'm not
take it.
upset about that, to be honest with you, but,
Especially for having to be outside.
and it won't be
That's a
61 by
good-
then anyway, it'll be a little less than that, but still.
But that's really a fun event for us, and it's just neat to see this year we're getting back to some of those fun traditional things that we used to do here at Riverland, especially in December. December's a busy month typically for us, but last December was not quite like that, so it's neat to be able to go back into some of this. So please join us for that, and there will also be great refreshments and
Yeah.
hot cider and cocoa and all that good stuff. So it's a great way to start the season.
There you go.
Okay, other announcements. All the dining venues, you all know this, are going to be serving Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. That's the lunchtime. And then all the venues will be closed in the evening. So box suppers are available at the clubhouse and the bistro if you want something later that evening, Thanksgiving night. So I don't know if anybody wants anything at that point, because we're going to have a really good Thanksgiving dinner here.
Yeah.
But if you do want a box supper that night, please make sure you pick that up between 11 and 2 on
Yeah,
Thursday.
I think just to re-say that again, the bistro as well will be closed tomorrow for dinner. It'll be open during lunch, but all of our dining venues will be closed for dinner so that our staff have a chance to go home and have dinner with their families, so.
Yep. Okay, let's see, next one. Golf cart drivers. When visiting the main building, please make sure you're parking in the golf cart spots,
Yeah.
not the car spaces.
Yeah.
We're limited on car spaces, so that's
are.
why please be respectful of that. We have designated golf cart spots, and there's a lot of great spots out there for
There
golf carts. Not only in the front of the building here, but also back by the back part of the bistro. So a lot of options for golf carts, so please help us with that. We've noticed an increase of golf carts actually taking parking spots.
Yeah, and that's not what we want.
It's not helping folks that are having to drive up here or
Yeah.
live in the main building and this is their parking spots.
Yeah.
So please help us with that. Wellness update. Let's see, today is the last day to enter the Maintain, Don't Gain Holiday Challenge. Right before Thanksgiving, that's a great day to start it.
Yes, it is.
Don't you think they could have started on Monday?
Yes, or even Friday would be better than tomorrow, right? Or today.
Oh, and there will be no in-person fitness classes on Thursday or Friday this week. Classes will be broadcast as normal on Channel 1390. And then third, the Wellness Center will not be staffed on Thanksgiving, but will be staffed again on Friday, normal times. Okay, another announcement. The Overlook and the Hilltop Pub will be closed for lunch on Wednesday, December 1st, due to the holiday marketing party.
Yes.
So we're able to have that again. It's a little different than usual. I know most of you have been familiar with, we used to have the holiday tour of homes.
Right.
So this is more of a smaller version of that.
Yeah.
To be able to have something for residents of the future,
That's right.
to be able to highlight
Yeah.
our community
And
here.
there's still several of those folks that haven't had a chance to see the clubhouse yet. so.
Absolutely,
yeah.
yep. Okay, let's see. The clinic will be closed on Thanksgiving Day. That's pretty usual for us. And the clinic will open until 1 p.m. on Friday for nurse visits only. So we'll have our team in there. Children's Home Society drive-through. The last day to contribute to the funds to purchase the gifts for the foster children will be Tuesday, November 30th. And we're also collecting the stuffed animals. We have boxes in the clubhouse and boxes right outside the multipurpose room here for new stuffed animals, which we will all pass out to the foster children on December 16th. So that's coming up too.
Yeah.
But thank you all that have already supported that, and just know this is one of the options for you to be able to support this year.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. Also, another reminder, there's a list of all the December events on CareMerge under December 2021. So I wanted to give you a preview of that so you can start marking your calendars, so please check that out. And the Encompass is coming out this weekend, so be looking for it.
Ooh, is that right, Brian? Okay. Just testing you, Brian, just
Yeah,
testing.
just
you.
testing it.
Brian said, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. This will be a big one, because this is our
It is a big
December
one.
one is always kind of filled with all kinds of
It
good
is, and this
stuff,
December
so.
is much different than last December.
Yeah, it
So,
is.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's cool. So do we have any questions
We
this
do,
week?
we have 3 questions today. So the first one, I've had this asked before, so I think this is a good one to announce. I'm not driving anymore and have a car I want to get rid of. Does River Landing accept car donations? And if we do, can I get a tax deduction letter for this type of donation? So that's a great question, and
Yeah.
we've periodically gotten asked this, so.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we just had a car that was donated
We
to
did,
us,
we did.
So just recently, and so typically when that happens, so the answer is yes, you certainly can donate a car to us, and yes, we'll give you a tax donation letter. Now, we can't put the value of the vehicle in there, you'll have to do a Blue Book value
Right,
thing and be
right.
able to attach it to it and whatever, and I think that should be good enough for the IRS, for when you put that on your taxes, but You know, if you decide you want to donate a vehicle to us, then we'll talk to you about, you know, whether or not we can use it as part of our operation. And typically what ends up happening is, if we use it in the operation, that's great, we love it. If we can't use it in the operation for whatever reason, then we typically like to, because our staff are always looking for vehicles, because a lot of our staff can't afford to buy new vehicles, but to have reliable used transportation for our staff is great. So typically what we'll do is we'll have like a 3-day period where staff can come and take a look at the vehicle, and then they do a silent bid on it, is what ends up happening, and then a lucky staff member will pay whatever the winning bid is to be able to get that vehicle.
Right.
And then we use those funds, quite honestly, the funds coming in for that, we use for staff-related activities that we do. So all that money doesn't get put into the operation, it really gets put back to the staff.
Right.
Because we just think that's so important.
Right.
And we know that we are putting a good bit of money out for staff this year for all of our safety challenge things that we're
Absolutely.
doing. So, you know, stuff like that will really be very helpful to us to be able to have that. So, so that's, the answer is yes, and we've always been very appreciative of residents who were willing to and wanting to donate their vehicles to us.
Absolutely.
So,
And that helps residents out sometimes, too.
It does.
To not have to worry about selling a vehicle.
yeah.
So,
Go through all the paperwork and all that.
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely, so.
And I will just say, with our parking being a little bit tight, you know, if you're not driving a vehicle on a regular basis, and you know, that's what happened with the person that donated the last
did,
vehicle. They just
yep.
said they drove their vehicle 280 miles in the last year. And they said they really didn't even need to drive it that long.
Right.
And so they just said, you know, there's just not a reason for me to have to
Right.
maintain a vehicle for 280 miles when I can just easily have family help me out or use a river lane transportation for
Absolutely,
things.
yep,
So,
yep. And they even thought about, you know, taking up that parking space. They were thinking
Yeah.
of the community,
Yeah.
too, so that was,
which is great,
that was
right?
great,
So,
yep.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. When will sign-up sheets be out for all the December trips? So Monday, November 29th at noon, here in the multipurpose room, the signups will be out. So we know that December is big, there's a lot of trips, so that's why it's gonna be down here, multipurpose room. The sheets will be all lined out, you can sign up for all the different trips. So I'm sure that will be a busy, fun day, won't it, Brian?
And Homer will be back with security.
I was gonna say, you know, I think you're right, for sure on that one. We do need security that day.
We have a lot of
So,
enthusiasm
I
out
know
there.
we do. Yep, I've heard a lot already,
So,
so.
Lois, we're having to use security for a lot more things than what we anticipated that we were gonna have to use them for.
Oh, so that's good. And last one, when will the poinsettias that we ordered arrive at River Landing? So that also is expected Monday, November 29th. Guess how many poinsettias that our,
Oh, you know, Brian.
that our residents and staff have ordered, and remember, they were done in honor or in memory of someone. How many do you think? And don't look at your sheet.
200.
Oh, okay, well, that's a little high.
I was thinking we're probably closer to 75 or 80, maybe.
145 poinsettias were
Oh, wow,
ordered.
right in between us
Wow,
then.
that's
Yeah.
great.
You
It's
know-
gonna be gorgeous.
It isn't it? It's gonna be super gorgeous. And so all those poinsettias, they get distributed throughout the common areas among all of our areas. So you'll see them from everywhere, the hybrids, the clubhouse, the main building here, all over the place. So that's gonna be a gorgeous addition. I remember when we started this program, back when I was in resident services, if we had 30 or 40 purchase the poinsettias, we were doing really good.
Yeah,
So when I saw the number of 145.
That's a lot.
That is amazing. So thank you all that supported that program, and it will just make River Landing even more beautiful.
Yeah.
So, and to be able to remember and honor someone like that, I think is a neat way to do that.
yeah, and
So,
thank you for all the people that are doing that. I just think
Yeah.
that's really great.
It's very
'Cause
special.
It
So,
does make this community that much more
It does.
beautiful.
It
I mean,
does.
Those
Yep.
poinsettias that we get usually are.
oh, they're
They're
gorgeous.
just really, really gorgeous,
Yeah.
so it'd be really
So
great.
because we have 145 poinsettias, guess what my next plea is gonna be for?
People to water them?
Lois, you were right on.
That, I was not volunteering. I just want to make that perfectly clear. That was not
No, you just.
A volunteer.
But 145 poinsettias, that's more than one person can manage. So if there is people that would like to help water throughout the season, poinsettias are hard to keep watering. I mean, they really are.
tricky. They
They're
are.
finicky.
Yeah.
So sometimes we overwater, sometimes we underwater, and both ways are not good.
They let you know right away.
They do let you know.
So are we gonna offer a class for people that are watering on to how to know how to?
I like that. Maybe we should.
Contact Jim about a furrow class.
Oh, a furrow class on how to water poinsettias. Next year, Jim. We're gonna do that beforehand. It's a great idea.
So, but at least if somebody wants to volunteer to be a part of that, how do they do that?
Okay, they're gonna contact Brian,
Okay,
okay? Because Brian's kind of like the one-man show of watering right now.
Okay.
And he is going to need some help.
yeah, that'd be great.
Okay? That's too much for one person. So please reach out to Brian if you're willing to take an area. Probably break up an area here on campus and assign people to different spots. So please call us if you can help with that.
Yeah, that'd be great, thank you.
Yeah.
Cool,
Okay.
all right.
Now we're to the best part of the show.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yes, Lois. So Lois, how are things going?
Things are going great.
Oh,
They're great.
I can't wait to hear.
First of all, I want you all to know that I swear this is the last time you're going to see me or hear from me until we hand the checks out. I promise. I promise.
love it.
And I'm sure people will pay money just to have that happen. Just make me go away.
Oh, that's
We are doing great. The cutoff date is December the 3rd. That gives
Okay.
us time to calculate, print the checks, sign the checks.
Yep.
Michelle does this fantastic job of coordinating envelopes and checks.
Yep.
So December 3rd is our cutoff. A reminder that last year we had $181,000 donated.
Wow.
And that
That's
was
amazing.
wonderful.
Yes.
Wow.
This year, with 10 days to go, we're at 170,000 as of this morning.
Oh, my gosh.
Checked the box right before I came down. We're at 170,000.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I will be going around doing if you see me, I'll be doing the boards. Now, that doesn't mean that we can slack off or back off,
Right.
because we have more employees than we had
That is
last year.
absolutely
We do.
correct. We do.
Yeah.
And last year, we were able to give 82% of the employees the full amount of $599. So this year, we have more employees, and we want to give a higher percentage of those employees we have. We have the full 599. So we don't want to just sit back and rest on our laurels. We need to go all the way to the end. And you'll be getting, CareMerge is going to start helping out by giving the number of days left.
Oh, very good.
Just, as I said, a gentle reminder to everyone. But it won't be me, it'll be on CareMerge, okay? So the last thing I have, well, I want to thank everybody for what they've done so far.
Yeah, amen.
And I want to thank Brian for what's coming up. This is a little treat. And Brian, you think we'll be able to post this on CareMerge too? Okay, Brian says yes. So Brian has prepared a little treat for us all. And it'll just take a couple minutes if you've got the time.
Okay, great.
While Brian's setting that up, we also want to mention December 10th is when the Christmas party is going to be for staff. And at 4 o'clock that day, on December 10th, is when residents can come into the multipurpose room here and see the staff getting their checks from the residents.
And it is totally worthwhile.
And
It
it
is
is-
just so
Yes.
rewarding.
And it's total chaos, because we have about 800,000 people in this room, but it is awesome.
Standing room only at
It's
that
awesome,
point.
absolutely. How you doing, Brian? was
Okay,
awesome.
That was very
thank you.
cool.
We
Yeah.
appreciate that.
There's some great pictures in there.
There are, and you can feel the love.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
really can, all throughout.
That's
So
awesome.
Lois, if they decide, since you're doing such a great job, both years now, running the Employee Appreciation Fund, if there's some sort of move afoot through the resident council that they bring you back just to do Employee Appreciation Fund again next year, would that be something you'd be interested in doing?
Way to put her on the spot, Tom.
I'm just kidding.
I think it's time to give someone else
Absolutely.
the opportunity.
That's right.
It is very, very rewarding.
And you've done such a great job.
That's
The hard
great.
part about that is somebody coming in to try and fill those shoes. I wouldn't want to be that person.
I wouldn't
You've
either.
done fantastic, and so thank you.
Thank you.
And, honestly, thank you to all of you on behalf of the staff here. For a lot of our staff members, this gift that you all give them is their Christmas. I mean, this is what they use this money for, is what provides gifts for their families and their children. And, we know that even some of our staff members we've had in years past that have used that money for things that they couldn't get money
Right.
to do for, vehicle repairs
Right.
or
Heating.
even heating in the house,
Yes.
right? I mean,
Yes.
so it's a big deal. It's a
Yeah.
huge deal for our staff. And so, and I know it's neat. Whenever I'm here, whenever year when we do this, and it just never ceases to amaze me, the energy in the room, the love in the room, the fun in the room when the staff are getting their checks from the residents. It's just, it's a neat atmosphere. So,
And you go from laughing out loud because of just the joy all around you to really getting a tear in your eye with some of these folks thanking us.
absolutely. So thank you, Lois, and thank you for the great job you've done.
Thank you.
And so, and thank you all again to all the residents for their generosity towards this. This has been a wonderful campaign, so. Okay, Lisa,
That
the end of
wraps-
another show.
Yes, wraps up our show.
End of another show. Brian, thank you for being our, this is a day to be thankful. It's the day before Thanksgiving. Brian, thank you. And if Michelle was here, I'd be thanking her too, but thank you for being our producers for all this time. And,
Right.
Lois, thank you for being on the show. And Lisa, thank you for keeping me out of trouble, on the show and off the show. You do that very well. So Lisa's very good at that. Obviously, you all know how special she is and how much we appreciate her being here at Riverlandia.
Thank you.
She doesn't get enough accolades as far as I'm concerned. And, I would say that we probably have 99% of our resident staff love you, Lisa. And I know you got a few that don't, Lisa's very confrontational. I think she's probably got 2 residents or 2 staff members that just don't maybe necessarily see eye to eye with her on things, but, she's just such a
But they
great job.
probably also kick puppies and
They probably do. So we've really got a great family here, and that's really what this is about. So as you go out tomorrow celebrating with your families elsewhere, whether it be here or outside of Riverlandia, remember that you've got a family here that cares very much about you, and that this is a very special family that we have here. And I wouldn't trade it for all the tea in China, as they say.
Wouldn't either.
We just got a special place here. And so help us continue to help make this place special. Let's make sure that we, especially during this period of time when we're thankful, let's continue to reach out. Let's continue to express that Riverlandia love to our staff, to our residents, to our guests, to family members who are coming in. We're so good at that. And it's so genuine. It's not fake. It's just,
Just who we are.
it's just who we are. So help us keep that going here, because I think that really is the special touch that we need here.
Absolutely.
So, all right, with that being said, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We'll see you in a couple weeks. Love you.